Hello and welcome to a nail polish video. In December, I posted a video where I divided my nail polish. I made a bin of nail polishes that I knew for sure I would want to keep. There was no chance I needed to still test them. I might discover that I don't love them. I knew I loved them. They're safe. And then all of the other polishes, I decided I would put through some testing. I would try them out. I would see how I feel. And then I would come back later and let you know which ones I'm going to declutter. So today's going to be exactly that, the first update where we review some of the polishes that I've been wearing in the couple months since that video. There has been a couple of developments. One of the developments was I acquired a lot of new nail polish around the holiday season, so my collection actually has grown despite the fact that I'm in efforts to downsize a little bit. Another thing is that in that video, I had these 2 bins, and my goal was to have all of my polishes in 2 bins, and I got a comment on that video that I enjoyed, and it was kind of like, you don't need to, like, it was basically like, you don't need to get rid of polish that you like just for the idea of keeping your collection small, and that kind of hit home, and I was like, yeah, I don't need to be so perfectionist, so like hard on myself about it. I still do have the goal of knowing and loving all of my polishes, and I don't want to have such a big collection that I feel like I never get use out of my favorites. That is something important to me, but I'm not going to make it small just for the sake of being small. I'm going to have the size of my collection be dictated by how many polishes I have that I really like. Another development is that I have an extra bin. I was helping my brother clear out his desk, and we both had forgotten, but I guess I lent him or gave him one of these bins years ago to organize his desk, and he hadn't been using it. He didn't need it going forward, so he gave it back to me. So now I do have 3 bins. So hopefully my collection won't exceed these 3 bins. I know it looks like they're all just like perfectly full right now, which they are, but I actually do have some others I'm going to grab that didn't fit in these 3 bins. So hopefully after the full decluttering process, they will all fit, Oh, and the last update of things that have happened is I lost my organization system of keeping track of like which ones I have and I haven't tried. I do have little videos that I took each time I had the polishes on, so looking at those will remind me which ones I have and haven't tried out in this process. But I figured I might as well do that here today as the video, as opposed to doing that on my own to just extend this out farther. I feel like I've tried enough to fill up this one video. Oh, and actually one other thing. I have a thing where I hate my nails being chipped. I know we all have our different little specific things that bother us. Some people, it's like they don't go out if their hair looks bad. I'm fine with my hair looking bad. I hate when my nails are chipped. But I also, for some reason, have this aversion to just like taking the video of my nails right after I do them. Like for some reason, it just doesn't work for me. I just never remember to do that. So often what happens is I go to take off my nail polish and it's chipped by then, and I'm like, oh, I'll just take a video next time I use this polish. And because I have so many, next time doesn't come very frequently, if at all. So this time around, I just made a decision to just record my nails when they're chipped. Even though it bothers me, I know it probably doesn't bother most people, but there are going to be lots of videos of chipped nail polish in this video because I decided that was the only way I could get this done, because otherwise this would just be like continually postponed indefinitely. Okay, so let's see what I got. Actually, we could start off with what's on my nails right now. This is from Cliona. This is called Master of the Forest, and I believe this was one of their polish pickups, which are like limited edition nail polishes that you could only get through the polish pickup website. So unfortunately, it's not for sale anymore, but it's a really nice shimmery green. I really like this formula from Cliona. It's a little bit sheer. I feel like I probably could have done one layer with something underneath it, but I like it just like this, a little built up. This one's definitely staying. I was just pulling up some of the videos that we're going to talk about, and there's a lot of big winners in this collection. This first one that I'm going to show you is using this Lights lacquer polish called Are Mermaids Not Sweet? This is one that before I bought it, I was nervous it was going to be chunky, but it's such like a nice, smooth, holographic formula. A really intense metallic look. I really love this one, definitely keeping. In Bad to the Brows collab with Cleona, they released these incredible polishes that I want so badly to come out in full size because I'm obsessed. This is number 3. You buy them as like the set of 3. This one's probably my favorite. It's just so incredibly shifty and beautiful. It's also not too deep. Like it's like a really nice mid-tone. Everything about it is just perfect. I'm in love with this one. And then right after that, I wore number 2 of the Bad to the Brow Cleona polishes. This one I'm also in love with. I just thought my nails looked so awesome and shifty and shiny. This is definite keep. From Mooncat, I tried out Devil's Ivy. I thought it was such an interesting color. It's kind of like a grayed out robin's egg blue with a lot of like silver sparkle to it. Really like this one, definitely keeping. I'm gonna avoid saying definitely keeping every time, and I'll just let you know if I'm not keeping it. From Cleona, this is Doppelganger, which is a magnetic polish. I had initially stayed away from magnetic polishes. They just seemed too complicated, but I've been using them recently, and I think they're really cool. This one, such like an interesting blend of colors, this kind of like lime, yucky green with like silver and pink to it. Really like this one. A lot of these like that I'm talking about now, it's been so long since I wore them on my nails and I'm really itching to wear them all again. Do you see the theme with all of these though? They're very like sparkly and cool toned. Definitely my vibe right now. This one is Plankton from Mooncat. This one didn't feel quite as special as that last one from Mooncat and other ones coming up from Mooncat, but it is a nice shimmery green. I wonder if I would like it better layered over something else because it is a little bit sheer on its own, but I do like it and it's gonna stay. I like it enough to want to try it out more ways. This one is The Creature from Schlee Polish. I love the color of this one. I love this green and has this really interesting orange sparkle to it. This is another one I'm not 100% on because I feel like it chipped very quickly. And as I said, I hate chipping nail polish. There's a certain amount you can't control. After a couple days, it's going to chip. But some polishes will chip like same day without me doing that much with my hands. And that's when it's frustrating to me because it feels like there's such a short window where it's going to look good. So I will try it out more. I will see if it continues to bother me. I really like the color of it. If I didn't really like the color of it, I probably wouldn't want to keep it, but I do really like the color of it. This one's Mockingbird from Schlee Polish, and it's good that I'm doing this because I would have told you that I hadn't worn this on my nails yet. So clearly I don't remember much about it, but I can see in the video it looks so beautiful. For the first non-shimmer, this is Taurus from Lights Lacquer. I have similar greens from Kathleen Light's owned brands that I've really enjoyed, and this reminds me of those in that it doesn't seem that unique of a green, but it feels like a special green on your nails. It's pretty, but it's not like too bold, it's not too bright. It just feels very at home on my nails, and I really like the color. And the formula. The formula is really nice too. I've had some issues with Lights Lacquer in the past, but no issues with that one or other recent purchases from them. From Cirque Colors, which is also another new to me brand that I got around the holiday season, this is Delusions of Grandeur. I can't remember if this is a magnetic one. I can't remember, but I do know that I was obsessed with how it looked on my nails. It looked unreal on my nails. It's like this yellowy brownish base with these like intense lime sparkles and shifts to it. It's so incredibly pretty. My only complaint was I also felt like this one chipped quickly, but I will continue to wear it and find ways to work around that or find other conditions that will make it last longer. Like maybe if I put one coat of it over a cream brown, I don't know, but I love the look of this one so much. I also tried out Dimensional Nails. This one is Desert Hedgehog. I felt like there was a little bit of a learning curve with these because it went on a bit more thick and opaque than a cream polish usually does on one coat. So the first time I used it, I only did one coat, but then I realized it was like a little bit sheer, but that's like a minor complaint and kind of just like a learning curve. I really like the color. I feel like Dimensional Nails has some really interesting shades, and all of the nail polish brands that I buy from are vegan and cruelty free, but I love that like they put it right here. Like that's really huge and important to them and not just like a coincidence in their brand. So I'm excited to use this more, and I'm excited to try this as a layering shade under some shimmers. I feel like it would look really pretty for that. I did not label this video, so I don't know exactly what it is. I feel like it might be some in Clionadh because I bought some interesting neutral shimmers from Clionadh late in 2024. Maybe I'll be able to figure that out later if I see something that I'm like, oh, I'm pretty sure I used that, but I don't have a video. I don't know, but either way, I will be using that again if I don't figure out what it is, because it will just stay in the to try pile. So there's that. Is it Lady Marmalade or Lady Marmalade? I think it's Lady Marmalade. This is from Lights Lacquer. This is a really pretty deep red. I really like the shade of this. I really liked how this looked on my nails. I had been like thinking a lot about deep red nail polishes, and even like there was a Clionadh one that was like sitting in my cart even though I wasn't buying it, and I was like, oh wait, I literally have this one from Lights Lacquer. Really like it. A little layering moment. This is Cerise Queen from Copacetic, and I wore it over Sand Viper from Dimensional Nails. I thought the combo looked so chic and pretty. I want to wear that again. I want to wear different combinations with both of these. I really liked them. It's funny that there hasn't been a single one yet that I want to declutter. I know some will come up, but I do feel like I started filming these nail polishes right around the holidays when I was getting a lot of new ones. So a lot of these were new and exciting and like freshly handpicked by me for me. This next one is also from Shlee Polish. This is Oracular Vision. I feel like I've been encountering a lot of eyeshadows that are like blue with green, and I've really been enjoying that. And this polish, I was like, oh yeah, that's the polish version of that combination. But I feel like a lot of them chip really quickly, and this one I found a little bit disappointing in that way. So again, I am going to hold on to it. I'm going to try out these Shlee Polish polishes more because the color combinations are just phenomenal. But yeah, the chipping is disappointing. Lust for Vengeance by Mooncat. This is like Clionadh Grisaille, but like dialed up a couple notches. I love eyeshadows that have cool shimmer with a berry base, and this is that in a nail polish. It looked so good, so cool, so shimmery. Okay, here's where things start getting serious. Here's where I start putting them to the test. I bet at this point in my testing, I was realizing that like it was just yes after yes after yes, and I needed to wear polishes that I was less sure I would like in order to see if I indeed did not like them. So for this mess of a clip, okay, here we go. I did Lights Lacquer Strawberry Frosting on all of my nails. This is one that I've been unsure about for a long time because I felt like it was a little bit sheer, but I liked the color of it, so I decided to keep it around. I think I can officially decide I don't need to keep this around. I'm not excited to wear it because I know that I don't love the effect of it, and I have enough nail polish clearly that I don't need to keep around polishes that make me not excited to wear them, you know? I'd rather be open for the possibility of getting a better light pink if I find one in the future. So I use this as a base, and over one nail I used Zoya Matilda. Over another nail I used Zoya Rika. And over another nail I used Copacetic Ruby Throated. I did not like the effect of any of these. These Zoya ones aren't the worst offenders, but I feel like Zoya's Sparkle is a little bit more like chunky glitter suspended in it than like thin micro sparkle. And these are a bit more micro sparkly, but they're still not as sparkly as like Clionadh's Micro Sparkle, if that makes sense. And this one from Copacetic, this is Ruby Throated. I've really enjoyed my other Copacetic polishes, but this one is just way chunkier of a shimmer. And again, I feel like it just doesn't look that good. And I think you could particularly see in the video that it looks like big chunks of glitter on top of the polish. So all 4 of these are a fail. I can declutter these. And then at the same time, I did a test on my other hand. I used Little Lies from Schlee on my thumb, and I love this so much. I feel like I didn't get the full experience because I just wore it on one nail, but I was really intrigued by it, and I definitely want to use it some more. I love the effect of it. And then on my other nails, I used some Zoya. Rory, Tara, and Danny. I do think Danny is the one that I like the best of them. Tara was very sheer. Rory felt, I don't know, they felt so ordinary. None of them felt spectacular. They were fine. I feel like if my nail polish collection was extremely small and I had these, I could make them work. But they don't do anything for me, you know? They don't feel special. I feel like because I have so many nail polishes, I want each time I paint my nails to be like, ooh, I love this polish. Like alternating between polishes I love instead of like wearing polishes just because I own them and I should wear them because I own them, you know? And that would be the only reason I would be wearing these. They're not horrible, but I don't want to keep them around, so I'm going to declutter these. Oh, I just went to the next video. I thought I had done that test at the same time that I had done the last test, but I guess I didn't. I did that test at the same time I painted my other hand with Kale Polish Lumiere underneath. This one's not a particularly exciting color, but it is a really good layering shade. I love it as like, yeah, a neutral to put different kinds of sparkles on top of, and I'm definitely keeping this one around. Okay, the next one's kind of a mess. I used Kale Polish Tropicana, which is like so not my shade, but I've kept it around as a layering polish, but at this point I've had it so long and it's getting kind of goopy, I think I'm just going to say bye to it. I wouldn't wear it on its own, and I feel like anything that I normally layer with it, I can just layer it with something else. Like there's always more options out there, so I'm going to declutter this. And it was still No Pickles, which is, or was, a Cleona Polish Pickup nail polish that I wore over some of the nails. I think I was planning on doing the whole thing and I just realized I hated it and I was like, I'm just going to abandon ship. I think Cleona polishes are great, but the ones with chunkier glitter to them just aren't for me, and this is a chunkier glitter nail polish. I've worn it a couple times now and I just don't like it when I wear it. So I'm gonna declutter both of these. Okay, making progress feels good. Next up is Color Club Miss Bliss. I don't think they still sell this, but they make some really beautiful holographics. I feel like this one's just so pretty. I really like the shade of pink. Definitely staying. The clip I was showing you is Miss Bliss with flash, but I'm also gonna show it to you without flash. Less spectacular, but still shimmery and pretty. This one from Cleona is Snake Eyes. I love a mucky green. This felt like it was chipping a little bit prematurely to me, but still because it's new and because I like the color, I'm not going to be rushing into getting rid of it. From Dimensional Nails, this is Plant-Based Prints. I had purchased 4 polishes from them when I made my order around the holidays, and this is the only one that wasn't a cream that I purchased. It's like a subtle sheen to it. It is so pretty. A couple polishes during this whole time, I think I've mentioned I was like really obsessed with how my nails looked. This is one of them. I really love this and I'm excited to wear it more. Color Club Over the Moon. This is like a blue holographic and I don't know how I feel about this one. I feel like formula-wise, color-wise, it's a pretty and intense polish, but I feel like something about this specific shade doesn't feel right for me. I'm kind of particular about my blues, and I like blues that are either like all the way teal or have like barely any trace of yellow in them, and I just feel like this looks like it has more yellow in it than I would like. So even though I tried this out, I am going to put it back into the ones that still have yet to be tested because I want to try it out again before I make a final decision, because I really don't know if it's worthy of like staying with the good ones, but I also don't know if I should declutter it. So yeah, I'm gonna postpone that decision until after I've tried it out again and thought about it a lot. Okay, next is the first and final shade from the Cliona Bat to the Brow Nail Polish Trio collab. I definitely prefer the other two. This one, it's kind of like an iridescent shadow in a nail polish bottle. So in a way, it was like my mistake. I mean, or not even a mistake. It's just like you try things out for the first time and you learn and then you do things differently the next time. I will definitely wear this next time over another polish. Formula-wise though, it's really pretty. I just need to find the right combinations for how I want to wear it, but yeah, it's staying. And then at this point, I really felt like I did not know what I had tried and what I hadn't tried, so I used some that I was definitely going to keep just for fun. So in this clip, I'm using Kale Polish Magic City, which is one of my favorite polishes. It's getting pretty low. I do have a backup though. Yeah, I really love it. It's like the perfect bright red. Back to the permanent bin. I also wore Kale Polish Gumption. It's not my perfect blue. I wore it to see Snow White. I felt like it worked for that occasion. I'm not obsessed with it. I think I am gonna put it in the keep bin, like as opposed to putting it back in testing, because like it is what it is. I know what it is, you know? I feel like I'm not going to grab it being like, ooh, the polish of my dreams and be disappointed. Like I know it. I know it well. So I am gonna keep it. Maybe I won't keep it forever, but I'll keep it for now. Also from the definitely keep, don't have to try out bin, I recently wore, where is it? Okay, I might have touched it up in my car and it didn't make its way back to the bin, but Mozart from Kale Polish, which is like a dusty eggplant, I use that as a base, and over it I use this Color Club Polish Glow Get 'em, and this is kind of like a blue iridescent eyeshadow in nail polish form. Really pretty. I've never worn it over that combo. Usually I've worn this over a neutral. I love it like that. I also really liked it over Mozart, so this one's definitely staying. And lastly, I have a clip. I'll let it roll, but I'm just going to talk over it here. I used the Zoya shade Brandy as a base. This is like a really pretty mid-tone pink, and I really love it. I love the color. I love the formula. No complaints. On my left hand, I went over it with Cliona Pitaya, and on my right hand, I went over it with Cliona Waltz of the Flowers. I was curious because Waltz of the Flowers, I wanted so bad before I got it, and in the bottle, it looks so pretty, but I have found that that beautiful orchid base that you see in the bottle doesn't really appear when you have the nail polish on your hands. Most of the time, all I'm seeing is that gold shift, and that shift doesn't appeal to me as much. So I was curious what would happen to it when I put it over a pink base to kind of like try to help out that orchid color a little bit, and it didn't really feel like it made a difference. You can see the left hand with Pitaya has the pink base with like a cool toned shimmer to it, and then the right hand with Waltz of the Flowers looks like a pink base with just like an orangey gold shimmer to it. So I feel like I've collected enough data, I've made my final decision, I'm going to declutter Waltz of the Flowers, but I will of course hold on to Brandy and also to Cliona Pitaya. So these stragglers can be moved into the to be tested bins. Okay, so this is 27 nail polishes that we talked about today that I'm keeping. And then this is 10 that I'm going to be decluttering, which I feel like isn't so bad considering how many new and exciting polishes I used over this time period. I feel like decluttering 10 is a good start, and I'm going to already feel better about like navigating my nail polish collection, knowing I at least have it a little bit more concise, a little bit more concise. And I also feel like I have a fresh start to knowing what I need to test, which, as I said in the beginning, was something that I felt like kind of got away from me, and I didn't know what I had and hadn't used. So now I have like a fresh chance to stay organized and know what I need to test. The ones that I decided today that I am going to keep, I'm going to put these in the back of a drawer for now. I'm hoping that by the end of this process, there will be enough room in these bins I feel like a lot of the ones that I have that I'm going to declutter are probably sitting in here right now, but I do want to get those out of the way and like not confuse them. And I think that's the easiest way. So thank you for joining me on this journey today. I hope this was interesting. I love like a little data and research backed declutter, even if that data and research is just like recording my nail polishes every time I paint my nails for a couple months. So if you enjoyed this, I hope you'll give me a thumbs up and subscribe. There will be another one of these after I try out some more of these nail polishes, of course. So I hope you will join me again then. Either way, thank you so much for being here. Bye!